congratulations on the win. You must feel relieved to get the first win over the line, but also personally for you, a significant knock tonight to get impetus into the innings.
Yeah, good night everyone. It's a relief to get some points on the board, to be honest. But even for myself, I'm really happy that I could contribute. It's 4 games. I haven't scored any runs, so obviously my potential, and that's one of the reasons why we're in this situation as well, if I'm being really honest. But again, the tournament is not over for us. We believe it just started for us, and we hope we could gather some momentum here going on the road.
Congratulations for the win. How important is this win moving forward? We've seen in the past seasons that teams come back in the latter part of SA20 and doing very well. I mean, how important is this win for you guys?
Yeah, we're hoping for the same as well. But we're not thinking too far ahead, to be honest. We just want to take it game by game. Every game is going to bring a different situation for us. As we see tonight, the rain was wrong and we had to adapt to that. But massive win for us going on the road as well. We have a couple of days off, and it gives us the opportunity to breathe a bit.
Nicholas, well batted. You're a big hitter, so you know what it takes to be able to clear the boundary. And tonight we saw Jason Smith take the team pretty much to the brink of victory. He's also in South Africa's T20 World Cup squad. Can you tell us a bit about him and what you've seen in his potential, and especially the way he performed tonight?
Yeah, obviously a lot of talent there and potential. He hits the ball like a West Indian for sure. But there's a lot for him to learn as well. It's T20 game, and it's really inconsistent. It's inconsistent form, and that's something we as players have to accept. And we are going to get criticized a lot for our performances. But for him, the most important thing for him is to learn as fast as possible. He just got selected for the World Cup, heading into India conditions, which is really favorable to him, where there's a lot of spin going to be bowled, and he has everything that can make him do well in those conditions. But yeah, a lot of talent there, and we're just really happy to see him smashing it for us. So our job is to give him that freedom to express himself without any pressure.
And also for yourself, you came up with the order tonight. Was that the shortened game or the target, or would you prefer to bat higher up the order?
I always prefer batting high up in the order, if I'm being honest. But we had a conversation on that I would bat at number 3 today, and I guess the shortened format worked out in our favor, where I could just have an early swing at the bowlers. So we did chat about it.
Because when you watch you batting, it certainly looks like you're trying to hit the ball as hard as possible, and I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that. So can you explain your approach, or is it simply you're trying to hit the ball as hard as possible?
If you're watching and it looks like I'm trying to hit the ball as hard as possible, that means I'm not batting well. Normally guys say the other way around. How do you hit sixes so easily? But I'm happy that the ball is going, out over the ropes, which is most important. But I've been practicing a lot for the last 10 years. I've been playing this game. I've played over 470 20 games. I've played all over the world, and I'm just trying to get better each and every game I play. And coming here to South Africa gives me that opportunity in new conditions as well to stamp my authority as well and understand these conditions as fast as possible. For me, it's not only about hitting sixes, but showing batsmanship, adapting to different conditions and playing the situation the right way. I pride myself on playing the situation the right way. I know a lot of people see that I hit a lot of sixes, but they tend to forget my batsmanship part about it. So that's something I want to continue to get consistent at, playing the situation the best way possible.
Nick, well batted tonight. Just in terms of the adjusting to particularly pitches that we saw in Paul and perhaps the pitch that was here on Sunday evening, looked like it was a little bit slower, different surfaces perhaps that you need to get used to. Just perhaps give us a thought about that.
If you're asking me, I'm coming from the Caribbean. All these wickets are good. That Paul wicket was beautiful to bat on, in my opinion. Even the last game, yes, we got bowled out for 88, but if you look at it, we didn't apply any batsmanship at all. And you saw those guys, they lost a couple of wickets as well, but they actually got some big overs. If we did apply ourselves and took that responsibility, then we'll be having a different conversation. But we're in this position today because we haven't taken that responsibility as individual players, and that's the truth. But the pitches here is lovely, man. I'm really happy to get the opportunity to smash a couple sixes on them. Open. I can hit a couple more as well.
Nicholas, we saw in the couple of games ago you went 4 in a row sixes. Tonight you went a couple of games. Is there somebody on your shoulder saying just pull the handbrake, or is the other one saying just keep on going?
Man, it just depends, yeah. It just depends on what's required, who's the bowler, if it's a matchup or not. You know, I pride myself to be aggressive to the left arm orthodox. That's my matchup. I believe if they do come to bowl to me, it gives me an opportunity to strike at 200, 300. I'm not gonna. No, I don't get that opportunity to bat left arm orthodox that much. So it's like getting food, and if you don't eat it, you're not gonna get it again. So I decided to eat my food. But that's the situation I'm in. Yes, I love to hit sixes. That's my job. That's what they pay me for. So just happy to contribute.
And Nicholas, Ghana see many as the big six, but the one that you hit up as a member, that's arguably biggest that many have seen. Have you hit any bigger?
I'm sure I hit bigger sixes than that, but I'm just vexed I hit a bit too flat. It hit the roof. It should have missed the roof completely. It should have. So unlucky there.
Nicholas, there's a lot of players that are really good at either smashing pace or smashing spin, but you've seen, and you've smashed both essentially. Just what advice would you give a young player to learn to smash both pace and spin?
That's a nice compliment there. I'll take that. It's hard work. It's a lot of hard work. What I do now is just a reflection of all my hard work I've put in over the years. I've been really inconsistent as a batter. There's times I could have hit spin, there's times I could have hit pace, and then the other one just didn't work out. But for me, it's just staying consistent in my preparation, trusting my process as much as possible. And as time goes along, I understand what's required of me in different situations in the game, and it's just to apply myself. If guys are bowling full and wide, I practice to hit full and wide balls for six. If they're going to bowl Yorkers on my toe, I practice to hit those for six. If they're going to bowl me length, I practice to do that. And then for spinners as well, you know exactly what they're going to bowl, so I just prepare myself in that frame of mind. So when the situation do arise in the game, I'm actually ready to execute my skills.
And just in the MRK time change room, is there anyone that hits it close to as far as you do?
I'm sure they can't hit a further ball than me, but they can't hit the amount of sixes I hit. So I'm sure they can hit a good ball. Jason can hit a long ball for sure. I'm sure Rickleton can hit it, but not as much sixes as I.
Nick, you had a taste of SA20 with DSG and now again with MI. Just what do you make of, you've obviously played many leagues, what do you make of SA20 and cards and stadiums and everybody that comes out for?
I mean, the perfect answer is that it's a wonderful competition, right? But honestly, being a part of it, playing different leagues, when you look at it on television, it looks beautiful. But it's much better when you're actually playing. You get the opportunity to play here in Newlands and you see that Table Mountain. That's every cricketer's dream. It's beautiful, the atmosphere here. And not only here, but all over South Africa. The fans, they love the cricket here. And it's really passionate. You don't get educated fans all over the world, if I should say. But South Africans know their cricket, right? And they don't bash you as much, which is good. When you're feeling on the boundary, they're actually supporting you. But the cricket and the quality and the standard is very high. This is definitely one of the better competitions going around in the world, but the standard is very high. The international players, good quality, and the local players are obviously of high level as well.
Any local food coming close to the
haven't. Everyone is just having lamb, right? I eat lamb probably every single time you have a gathering. But if anybody is hearing this and they want to send some free food to the hotel, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah? Catsby. Okay, I'll remember that. I'll look for that.
Because you mentioned a high standard and lots of international players. I mean, considering there's a T20 World Cup coming up right away, do you think this is a good preparation for those players that will be going there? I mean, does it help them adequately prepare for the international stage?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, playing cricket is wonderful. Going into a World Cup, but obviously it comes to the downside. The mental side of the game. Playing too much of cricket, players need to recover, and this tournament come thick and fast. You play every other day, so that's a worry for me. Going into a World Cup, guys could be mentally tired. They obviously have the opportunity to get injured as well. Not calling any injuries on anyone, but the conditions are completely different as well going to India. So it might be good, it might be bad, but my advice to all these guys that are going off to the World Cup, just be careful. Just be careful at the moment. It's a tough tournament. It's a high standard tournament as well, and everybody wants to win, and you can see that on the field. You'll be putting your body on the line, but you never know when you could dive and you could get injured. You never know when you could run up to bowl a ball and you pull your hamstring. You never know if a ball could hit you in your ribs, you break your ribs. So it's a good question.